Hi friends, welcome to a gab about a bag. The bag we are gabbing about today is the Louis Vuitton duffel bag. I've loved this bag forever. I'd wanted a bucket style bag for a while before I purchased this. So, I really went down the list of pros, cons, and everything like that and really thought a lot about it before I committed. I was fortunate to find it pre-loved on Tradesy, so I saved a lot, like I think at least 30 if not 40% off retail, purchasing it pre-loved. I did talk about this a little bit when I did a very first impression of it when I first got it, but I hadn't been using it for a while until towards the end of the summer a couple of weeks ago. So now I'm back to do a what fits, mod shots, pros and cons, and all of that. So I've already talked about where I got it. I talked about what I paid for it, more or less. I got it substantially below retail, and so glad I was able to save some money because that's always a good thing. So let me show you then what fits based on the stuff that I have. I don't know the stuff that you have, but I'm trying to use very common things. So the first thing is, first of all, it's this this is the kind of opening mechanism that it has, and then it just opens to one single compartment like that, and then there is a very flat to the body of the bag, can you even see, pocket. It's not very deep, as you can see, like my fingers don't even go into the first knuckle, so I don't really know what the intent of that pocket is, but in that pocket is the date code. So if you're ever looking for it, if you're considering buying one pre-loved and you want to check for that. Okay, so it's just deep. It is black, which makes it hard to see inside in dimly lit places, and it is like a micro suede microfiber lining. So it looks pretty good for size, right? I'll tell you right off, it doesn't fit quite as much as you think it might fit, or that it looks like it might fit, because of the way the closure is. Remember how we opened it like that? It also closes like that, so you do lose about 2 inches of space once you're actually utilizing the bag. So it's not like you can actually put this much stuff in it. But anyway, let's get into what you can put in it. These days I'm hardly using my mini pochette, or I'm working from home, so I'm hardly out, period. And when I'm out, it's for an errand that's pretty specific with an end time, and I know I'll be back home, so I seldom need to bring like backup perfume. But all that to say, I haven't really left the house with this. But if you are leaving the house for long hours, because I know some y'all are, some y'all heroes, then that does fit in, and there's plenty of room still for other stuff. I know it's hard to see because of the black interior, but plenty of room. So then the other things that I think a lot of folks, in this YouTube community have is the 6-key holder. That goes in like a bottomless pit. It just sinks right in. These days I am using a lot a card holder, so that goes in. And I know that a lot of folks use the clay, pochette clay, and that goes in, and there's actually plenty of room. Something specific to me that I like to carry is sunglasses, especially where I've been using this in the warmer months where there's less precipitation in the Boston area. So I have brought out, I'm just kind of moving things to the side a little bit, I have brought out my favorite pair of sunglasses. It is these. They are Tom Ford sunglasses. Oh. And they take up a lot of room in a bag. They're the biggest pair that I have, and I brought them out to show, just for me and for my practicality, how that fits. So there it goes. All right, so now that all of that is in there, it's not a problem for me to press the top down and close it. And this is basically what I would use on a regular non-work from home day type of situation. But again, like I said, because I am working from home, the mini pochette wouldn't go in there. But as you can see, you know, it packs quite a punch for kind of a smaller bag. Like, it's not huge, but it fits about as much as my bum bag, right? So just for reference, I know a lot of folks have that. No bulges, no weirdness or anything like that. So there's that in it. I am going to now talk about some of the pros of this bag. The pros are, it is incredibly adorable. How cute is this? I'm gonna close it. Another pro is I do like that it's not as visible in the world. I don't tend to see, I've never seen anybody in the street with it. And even if I go into Louis Vuitton, sometimes if I carry it, you know, the sales associate will be like, oh, you got that bag? It's cute, you know. It's like, yeah, I think it, you know, it's just not catching on. Though I think it might. I think it's just biding its time. Do y'all remember when the when the Pochette Métis came out and nobody was really checking for it? It was out for maybe 2-3 good years before it reached the madness and the status that it eventually reached. So maybe the duffel bag has potential. But anyway, another pro that I like is that it has both top handle and it has a strap. So when you need to get up and move quickly, you can grab the top handle, but you can also attach the strap. The top handle is detachable on one side, which I'll get into a little bit later before I do the mod shots. All right, those are the pros. The con, the one biggest con, the opening is a little bit fussy. It's a little bit fussy. The truth is, because you tend to not be able to stuff this bag all the way up, when you are trying to open and close it, it just smushes down and it really kind of resists. It resists being clasped and pushed on. So you squeeze it to open, fine and good. But then when you go to close it, like, you do have to kind of line it up. And then when you press, it just kind of keeps sinking. Like, it doesn't snap right away. Do you see what I mean? So that's one thing that I don't love about it. You do have to kind of pay attention. One nice thing about this closure, though, unlike the Pochette Métis closure, which is like a very bright polished finish, this is more of a brushed gold colored clasp and closure, so you don't get the marks that you get from having to look for where to insert the little ball into the closure. But you see that? Like, I don't know. So that's the one con I would say about it. But other than that, I think it does great for what it is. It's, you know, you can dress it up within reason. I don't know if it's a wedding bag, but you can certainly wear it out to a nice brunch, nice lunch if you were doing like a hotel tea or type of thing. So that's that. So pros, cons, what fits, or anyway what I carry based on what's in my wardrobe and that. So I'm going to close this video with a little bit of modeling, and this is where we get to talk about the strap, like I said. So the strap is detachable and it's awesome, which is awesome. You can attach it here on this loop, these two down here, but I am 5'4" and not curvy at all. You know, I'm a very average size person, and it is a little bit short on my 5'4" frame to attach to the bottom, and I will show you now what I mean. So if you carry it shoulder, that's like some people do, I suppose it's fine, but I never shoulder carry, and I know that a lot of you all don't love shoulder carry and are crossbody carries as well. But just so you have for reference, this is what it looks like shoulder carry. However, if you ever wanted to crossbody this bag on the strap length, this is kind of where you're at with it. And this is kind of a bulky sweater, but not that bulky a sweater, right? This is like, basically the bag is right under my boob, which means when you open it, you're right here. And I'm not disparaging that, I guess, because I do carry the bum bag, which is essentially just across your entire chest. So, you know, there's that, but I think it's a little bit of a difficult way to access this bag. But that is one way to carry it. And again, look at that. It's not willing to close as easily as I wanted to. But this is what it would look like if you were 5'4" and you were crossbodying this bag like that. Let me show you some other options though. All right, in case you don't prefer your bag that high up, because ultimately it's preference, you can also attach the clasp to the upper loop on either side, and that gives you about 4 inches more of space to work with. So just like that, all of a sudden, check the length now if you shoulder carry. Okay, and then if you crossbody, first of all, it's easy to get over your head, and now you've got, yeah, I would say easily 4 inches now away from under your bust to where the bag can sit, which, you know, is still, I think, a little high for most people's preference, but I like to carry my bags that way. In fact, often I'll even carry them towards the back. I'm not worried about being mugged or people getting into my bag. Also, this bag also makes a little bit of a ruckus when you try to get into it, so that's not something that bothers me or keeps me up at night. But if it's something that bothers you, then don't carry your bag like this. Yeah, so this is it. Okay, so again, I'm 5'4", and this is what it looks like. If you are a little bit taller still and you're like, how much more room can I get? Let me show you. Okay, so you can also detach part of the top handle. I'll get close. Part of the top handle. Oops. It only detaches from one side. Okay, but you can detach it there, and then you can attach the long strap to the top handle and give yourself a whole lot more room. So you lose that, I don't know, that cute little hand top handle feature hanging over, but all of a sudden you've got plenty of room. So if you're curvier or taller than I am and you still really like the idea of this bag, this is potentially an option. You do get the loops kind of here, but I love having a little extra gold anywhere on my outfit, so that wouldn't bother me. And if it makes the bag more wearable, why not? You can also, I suppose, just wear it on the other side if that were really bothersome, and then it could just be kind of like that. So I do love that there's so much versatility and flexibility with how you wear this bag, crossbody or shoulder or top handle. One of the videos I watched when I was researching this, the owner said she only top handle carries it. Yeah, so you've got that option as well. Okay, so I guess that's it. That's all I can really say about this bag. I want it to be a little bit more thorough than I was in my first impression, especially now that I've had a chance to use it. And I can speak better to the pros and the cons and the what fits and accessibility of the bag and all of that. So I hope it was helpful. I know a couple of you are considering it. So if you are and I didn't answer all of the questions that you had about this bag, please let me know what additional questions you have. I really enjoy this bag. I recommend it. So I can't talk about it enough. I just don't want to bore you to tears. So do let me know if there's something you wish I'd covered or something you wish I'd mentioned or discussed that I neglected to, and I'll take care of that for you. So as always, InstaFam, I'm dying to know, is this bag on your radar? Are you checking for it? Did you watch my first video on it where I talk about moving beyond my comfort zone and experimenting with new bags? What were your thoughts about that? So yeah, let me know. Please get back. Take care, InstaFam. Peace.